Hello everyone. We are continuing a very important lesson in chemistry, that is combustion and flame. Students, before knowing about today's class, you have to know what we done in last class. Students, last class we got about definition for combustion, combustible substances, air is necessary for burning, ignition temperature, conditions necessary for combustion, how do we control fire, and also we got about methods of controlling fire. Students, you have to know a few more informations about combustion and also flame. First, you have to know types of combustion. So combustion already we got about that. So combustion is nothing but combustion is a chemical process and also that produce that heat and also that light like the by using of that ignition temperature. So there are three types of combustions are they. They are rapid combustion, second one spontaneous combustion, and third one explosion. There are three types of combustions are they: rapid combustion, spontaneous combustion, and explosion. So you have to know definition for all three types of combustions. So first very important type of combustion, that is rapid combustion. What is rapid combustion? Combustion is nothing but that is burning. Rapid is nothing but that is very quick like that. So rapid combustion is a combustion in which a substance burns rapidly. Very quickly the particular substance will burn and also the produce that heat and also that light with the help of external heat. So rapid combustion is nothing but rapid combustion is a type of combustion in which substance that particular substance will burn rapidly and produce heat and also that light with the help of external heat. So that is what we called as rapid combustion. So what's the example for that rapid combustion? That is burning of that LPG. So burning of that liquid petroleum gas, that is LPG, we are using that we store the particular LPG in gas cylinders, and also we are using that LPG gas in our kitchen and all. So that LPG usually that burns very quickly. So that is a very good example for rapid combustion. Similarly, so second very important type of combustion, that is spontaneous combustion. So spontaneous combustion is nothing but name indicates spontaneous. Spontaneous is nothing but that is continuous like that. So spontaneous combustion is a combustion in which the particular substance burns spontaneously. Burns spontaneously and produces heat and also that light without the help of that external heat. Suppose spontaneous combustion is nothing but that is automatically that burns the particular substances actually. So that type of substances are commonly called as spontaneous combustion. There is no any help of that external heat here. So spontaneous combustion is combustion in which a substance burns spontaneously. There is no any help for the particular combustion. Spontaneously the particular substances will burn and also that produces heat and also that light, so without the help of external heat. For rapid combustion that needs the particular external heat. So what about the spontaneous combustion? So there is no need of or help of that external heat. Some of that particular substances continuously or spontaneously involving in the combustion, and also that produces heat and also light. So example for that type of substance is phosphorus burns spontaneously at room temperature. That phosphorus, that is very important element, so that burns automatically at room temperature. What about the rapid combustion or burning of that LPG? For burning of that LPG that needs that external heat, you have to pin the particular the stove. Then only that LPG that involving in the combustion like that. What about the spontaneous combustion or that phosphorus? There is no need of that external heat, so that phosphorus automatically burns at room temperature. That type of combustion, that is what we called as spontaneous combustion. Similarly, so third very important type of combustion, that is explosion. So what's the meaning of that explosion? Explosion is a type of that combustion in which a substance burns suddenly and produces heat, light and also that sound with the help of heat or pressure like that. Example, explosion of that crackers. Explosion of crackers on applying heat or pressure. So when we apply that heat or pressure, so that crackers involving in the explodes and also the produces heat, light and also with sound like that. So explosion is a very important type of combustion. So here what happened, the particular substances burn suddenly. The particular substances burn suddenly and also that produces heat and light and also that produces that sound also with the help of heat or pressure. So that type of combustion, that is what we called as explosion. Example, explosion of crackers on applying heat or pressure. These are all about types of combustion. About rapid combustion with example, spontaneous combustion with example, and also we got about explosion with examples. So next coming to you see the picture here. So types of combustion, that is rapid combustion. So this is burning of that LPG. This is spontaneous combustion, that is burning of that phosphorus. So this is explosion, that explosion of some crackers and also the produces what, heat, light and also with sound. So these are the pictures of that types of combustion. So next coming to flame. So what's the name of this lesson? Combustion and flame. So we completed that first part of this lesson, that is combustion. Now coming to so very important part of this lesson, that is flame. So what is flame like that? So flame is nothing but it is a zone of combustion of a combustible substance. Combustible substances means substances are involving in the combustion or burning. So during burning what happened, so that produces heat, light and also that sometimes sound also. So that heat may be, so that light may be in the form of that flame. Flame is the zone of combustion of a combustible substance, and also that substances which vaporize during burning that produces what, flames. For example, you see that the burning of that wax. During burning of that wax, what happened? So that substance, that is wax, involving in the burning and also the produce that flame here. So usually substances which vaporize during burning that produces flame. Example, so that is kerosene. This is kerosene lamp. So that burning of that kerosene that produces what, heat, light. Light in the form of what, flame. Here the burning of that wax that produces what, flame. So burning of that coal that produces that flame. So burning of the charcoal that produces what, that flame like that. So, but in case of some of the substances are there, some substances which do not vaporize during burning do not produce flames actually. See, burning of that kerosene that produces that flame. Burning of that wax also that produces what, flame. But substances which do not vaporize during burning do not produce flames. So that type of substances, example, coal and also that charcoal. So during the burning of that coal and charcoal, not involving in the vaporize during burning. So there is no vaporization, there is no production of that flame. Example, that is burning of that coal and also charcoal. So during burning of that coal and also the charcoal, not involving in the vaporize and also there is no production of that flame. What about that kerosene and wax? That involving in the vaporize and also the produces what, flame. Next coming to structure of a candle flame. Structure of a candle flame. So this is the structure of that candle flame, that is very important. So in your examination will ask about a diagram. Draw a neat diagram of structure of a candle flame like the. See, so in a structure of candle flame, so that is very important. So in that, so that a candle flame has three main zones. So candle flame has a three main zones. They are outer zone. This is outer zone. Second one, middle zone, and third one, inner zone. How many zones are there in candle flame? Three zones: outer zone, middle zone and also inner zone. So let's know one by one. So in outer zone, so this is outer zone, this part that is what we call as outer zone. So here in outer zone, complete combustion of the fuel takes place. Complete combustion of the fuel takes place and the color of the flame is blue. In outer zone, what happened? The complete combustion of that the fuel takes place here in outer zone. And also what's the color of this particular part in outer zone of this flame? That is blue color. And also this zone that is also called as non-luminous zone, and also complete combustion takes place in this particular zone. What's the color of this outer zone of the flame? That is blue. Similarly, so and also this outer zone that is very hottest part of this particular flame. So compared to entire flame, so that the outer zone that has hottest part. Outer zone is a hottest part of the particular flame. What's the color of this particular flame? So that is blue. And also it is also called, as already told you, non-luminous part of this flame. Which one is the non-luminous part of this zone? That is outer zone. Next, coming to another zone, that is what we called as middle zone. So in middle zone, that partial combustion of the fuel takes place. In outer zone, what a complete combustion of the of that fuel takes place. What about that middle zone? That partial combustion of the fuel takes place, and the color of the particular flame here yellow. So this part, that is what we called as middle zone. So this one is outer zone. Outer zone color, that is blue. So middle zone color, that is yellow, that is partial combustion of the fuel takes place, and is moderately hot part of the flame. So outer zone, that is what hottest part of the flame. What about that middle zone? That is moderate compared to that outer zone. The capacity of that heat capacity, that is less than that of what outer zone, but more than that of what inner zone. What's the color of that middle zone? That is yellow. Similarly, it is the luminous part of the flame. So middle zone is a luminous part of the flame, but in case of outer zone, that is non-luminous part of the zone, that is outer zone. Luminous part of the zone, that is middle zone. So next, coming to last zone of this particular candle flame, that is inner zone. In case of inner zone, unburnt vapor of the fuel. There are unburnt vapor of the fuel, and the color is black and is least hot part. So inner zone, that is what's the color of this particular flame in inner zone? That is black color. There is no that much of hot here. So this is least hot part, that is inner zone, and what's the color of that particular flame? That is black, and also unburnt wax vapor here. Unburnt wax vapor takes place in inner zone. So how many zones are there in candle flame? 3. Outer zone, middle zone, inner zone. Outer zone, color of the flame, that is blue, and also it is a hottest part of this particular candle flame. And also outer zone is a non-luminous zone. Complete combustion takes place. What about that middle zone? Middle zone, that what's the color of the flame? That is yellow, and also moderate hot, and also partial combustion takes place, and also this part is a luminous zone. What about last zone? That is inner zone. What's the color of that inner zone? That is black, and also unburnt wax vapor takes place, and also it is a least hot part of this particular candle flame. So this is about very important structure of a candle flame, that is very important in your examination. Will ask about draw a neat label diagram of structure of a candle flame, or explain a structure of a candle flame. You have to write, you have to explain with diagram. Okay, so next, coming to types of fuels. Types of fuels, very important. So there are 3 very important types of fuels are there. Namely, so first very important type of fuel, that is solid fuel, second one liquid fuel, and also last one gaseous fuel. So students, let's know one by one. So solid fuel, that name indicates solid. So fuels in the form of that solid, compactly arranged. The example for solid fuels, that is wood. This is the example for solid fuel, that is wood, and also that coal, and also charcoal and all. These are the example for solid fuels. Liquid fuels also the example for liquid fuels, kerosene, petrol, diesel and all. Similarly, gaseous fuels, example CNG, LPG, biogas, hydrogen gas, some other fuels also there. So there are three types of fuels are the solid fuels, liquid fuels and also gaseous fuels. Next, coming to characteristics of a good fuel. Characteristics of a good fuel. So a good fuel that contains some basic characteristic features. So then only we consider that fuel is a very good. So usually that good fuel will not cause any pollution to that environment. So good fuel will not cause any pollution to that environment. So and also that good fuel is readily available actually. Good fuel is readily available, and also so it is a cheap, and also that you can store the particular good fuel, easy to store, and also that transport one place to another place, and also that good fuel burnt at a moderate rate, and also that produces a large amount of heat, and also last one, that is does not leave behind any undesirable substances, does not leave behind any undesirable substances. Already told you, usually the a good fuel does not cause any pollution like that. So these are all some basic characteristics of a good fuel. So main characteristics of a good fuel are, usually the good fuel is readily available, and also it is a cheap, it is easy to store and also transport, and also burns at a moderate rate, produces a large amount of heat, does not leave behind any undesirable substances, and also last one, usually a good fuel does not cause any pollution. Next, coming to very important, that calorific value of a fuel. So different fuels are there, and also that have a particular calorific values are there. Just you remember that calorific value of the particular fuel. Let's know one by one. So calorific value is nothing but it is the amount of heat energy produced on complete combustion of 1 kg of a fuel. So we burn that any fuel, it may be wood, petrol or coal, kerosene, whatever it is. You take 1 kg of that fuel, so that you subject it to combustion. So you have to wait for complete combustion, and also calculate how much amount of energy produced during complete combustion of 1 kg of a fuel, that gives that calorific value of the particular fuel like that. Understanding the calorific value of a fuel is expressed in kilojoule per kg. Expressed in kilojoule per kg. What's the unit of that calorific value of the particular fuel? Kilojoule per kg. Some of the examples are the calorific values of some fuels in kilojoule per kg. So first fuel, that is cow dung cake. Cow dung cake, we burn, or we subject that cow dung cake into that combustion. We will get after complete combustion of that cow dung, we will get calorific value, that is total amount of heat produced after complete combustion of that cow dung like that. That is calorific value. What's the unit of that calorific value? That is kilojoule per kg. So cow dung cake calorific value is 6,000 to 800. What about that wood? 17,000 to 22,000. What about that coal? 25 to 33,000. Next, petrol calorific value is 45,000. Kerosene also 45. Diesel also 45. What about that methane? That produces that 50,000. CNG 50,000. LPG 55,000. biogas that produces 35 to 40,000. Similarly, last one, hydrogen that produces what? 1,50,000. So these are the some fuels and also the calorific value in kilojoule per kg. And also very important information about this is that hydrogen has the highest calorific value among of fuels. Compared to all these fuels, hydrogen has high calorific value, that is 1,50,000. So this is about calorific value of that fuel. Next, coming to harmful effects on the environment due to burning of fuels. So different types of fuels, already we discussed about that. That is solid, liquid and gaseous fuels are they. What happened? We burn the particular fuels to that environment like that. So during combustion of that fuels, it may be petrol, diesel, kerosene, whatever it is. So finally that causes what? Pollution to that environment. Harmful effects on the environment due to burning of fuels. Let's know one by one. Some of the fuels are they like that wood, coal, petroleum that releases what? Carbon dust, that is unburnt carbon dust, and also that carbon particles usually that causes what? Respiratory diseases like asthma. Why that asthma disease will come to our body? Because of that pollution, air pollution, because that carbon particles after burning of that wood, coal, petroleum releases what? Unburnt carbon particles. That unburnt carbon particle enter into our lungs, finally that causes a disease, that is asthma. Similarly, one more effect is that is incomplete combustion of fuels. Incomplete combustion of fuels. So that fuels not involving in the complete combustion, that is incomplete. So that releases what? A very dangerous gas, that is carbon monoxide, which is a very poisonous gas which can cause that death. Similarly, burning of most fuels that releases what? Carbon dioxide gas, which causes rise in the temperature. So you take any fuels that produces what? Carbon dioxide. Usually that carbon dioxide increases in that environment. Finally that increases what? Temperature of the atmosphere. Finally that cause what? Very dangerous environmental issue, that is global warming. Global warming is nothing but that is a process of increasing of what? Average temperature of the atmosphere because of that carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide releases to that atmosphere because of burning of that fuels. Similarly, so due to global warming, that causes what? Melting of polar ice. So when melting of that polar ice, that rise in that sea level, and also that causes what? Flooding of coastal areas and all. Similarly, last one, burning of that coal and petroleum that releases what? Oxides of sulfur and also nitrogen. So burning of coal and also that petroleum, particularly burning of that coal and petroleum that releases what? Very dangerous oxides of sulfur and nitrogen. These oxides of sulfur and nitrogen which dissolves in that rainwater, finally that produces what? Another very important environmental issue, so that is acid rain. So it is harmful for crops, soil, and also that damages buildings also. So that what is acid rain? Acid rain is nothing but that is a normal rain, and also the normal rain that mix with that oxides of sulfur and also that nitrogen. Finally that normal rain becomes acid rain. And also that acid rain that is very harmful for crops, soil, and also that damages what? Buildings and all. So these are all about very important that harmful effects on the environment due to burning of fuels. So these are all about complete explanation about very important lesson in chemistry, so that is combustion and also flame. So students, today we got about types of combustion, flame, structure of candle flame, types of fuel, characteristics of a good fuel, calorific value of that fuel, last one harmful effects on the environment due to burning of fuels. Students, I will give you only one homework questions, only one homework question for you, that is you have to list out harmful effects on the environment due to burning fuels. So these are all about combustion and flame. I will give you complete PDF notes about combustion and flame. You have to write in your classwork. Thank you so much.